The 3 words, it would have to be having everything revealed, because that's what H.E.R stands for. And it really just means honesty and vulnerability and strength and moodiness. I'm a Cancer, so I'm very moody. But yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I wasn't expecting to get so much attention or, you know, a lot of popularity per se for this project. I really just, you know, was going through something, and this was like the starting point of the message that I wanted to relay and kind of represent. And when I released the music, I just wanted it to grow organically. You know, I thought I was gonna have a few fans here and there, maybe do a few little shows, but nothing major. And now I'm here in Europe, you know, selling out shows in London. So yeah, none of that was really expected. But yeah, I just started with emotions and honesty, really, and that's it. You know what? If anything, it wasn't like a high confidence in the music. You know, I love the music I make, and the message that I have to deliver is so personal to me that it's a little scary, you know, to be honest and talk about the things that you go through. It is hard to release music, and especially when it's so true to you. I didn't really have any expectation as to how people would receive it. So any, you know, reaction that I got that was like, oh, I relate to that, or man, I feel her on that, and I went through the same thing. It's so surprising to me, and it's really amazing. It's very rewarding, honestly. Yeah, it's really like a diary. To say the least. It's interesting. Songs like Pigment, it's kind of a poetic thing. I write poetry as well, and I kind of started off that way. Songs like that are I actually didn't want to release Pigment. They're hard to release because it's so personal, and it's so real that it can be nerve-wracking for people to hear it, and you almost feel like I might as well be saying names. You know what I mean? When something is so personal to you. So definitely a little, you know, a little touchy, a little sensitive to releasing music like that. You're absolutely right about every kind of way. I think it's really that feeling that you get even when you're not in the relationship yet, and you just envision of what it's going to be, and that's kind of where I was at. Like, this could be this, or this is what I want from it, and you kind of manifest and speak it into existence, and then, you know, if everything falls into place, you just imagine this whole fairy tale. So that was kind of like a fantasy record.
And I feel like Say It Again is kind of like that hot and steamy kind of
right,
love,
the more edgy, yeah.
Sexy kind of love.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, the woman has to, you know, say what she wants to say and be upfront, you know, and that kind of represented that strength, that forwardness that sometimes we have. Oh. Yeah, that's normal. You're absolutely right. You're in the right direction. But I think oftentimes, especially, you know, being in the music industry and being all around the world, it's like you have those thoughts like, is this really going to be what it is, and can I trust that it's going to be okay through everything, you know? That's really what Still Down is about. And Avenue, you know, when you have those, like, the hard times, the lower points of the relationship, it's all the problems that you realize are normal, but you didn't want to have, and you just, I'm kind of going off and talking about all these things that you don't expect when you first start in the relationship. And like you said, when you're blind in a relationship, like in every kind of way, you think everything is great. You know, you go through that honeymoon phase and everything is wonderful, and then you start having those issues and you question it. But yeah, Volume 2 overall represents that it's going to be okay at the end of the day, and that optimism.
Cool.
You know, there's a lot of strong women in this world, and I feel like I was raised to be a strong woman, and sometimes we are so busy being strong that we forget that it's okay to be vulnerable, and it's okay to make mistakes, and it's all right to feel like, you know, low, because it just means that you have an opportunity to feel high again, and you have an opportunity to learn from your mistakes, you know, and rise above whatever it is that you're feeling, and be honest with yourself. And one thing that I've learned is to listen to your intuition, because women have the strongest in my opinion, we have that strong gut feeling that always tells us when something is right or wrong, and sometimes we don't believe it and we don't listen to it. And I just think that's the main thing that I want to represent, is listen to your intuition. Yeah. Man, I mean, all these things are so surreal to me, honestly. Like, being here with you today and hearing you just talk about my music, it warms my heart, you know, like, honestly, just because I didn't do this for clout or for, you know, for popularity or anything. It's just something I love to do, and a message that I hope touched a few people. But the fact that I'm selling out shows is just proving that I'm meant for something greater. So I don't really know what to expect, but I know that it's great. And I'll be around the world this year, which is incredible. But I just want to continue to be honest in my music and honest with myself and the relationships that I have. Yeah, and I just hope to do that. I know I have a lot of people around me to keep me grounded, so just up from here.